112 pounds. Remember, in these first weights, we're starting with the one with the AAA school class, and so we have at AAA Brent Paulson of Cedar Rapids Kennedy in the green against Jason Jewett of West Des Moines Dowling. His team is in the battle for the championship. They're tied coming into the final round with Cedar Rapids Jefferson at 94 points.
What a, we've really got the table set for that team championship. A very big match here.
Here comes Jewett around, but stopped by Paulson with the arm.
Well, Jewett's a senior. Brett Paulson, a sophomore. If you think you've heard the name Paulson before, you have. You've got Lance Paulson, a two-time state champion, was his brother.
At 1A, we have a man going for his third title. It's Eric Ehlen of Belle Plaine, and we're going to try to see as much of that as we can later. Ehlen-Raisty is his opponent from Green, Iowa, who is a junior. And at 2A, it's Brian Reese, undefeated, from Osceola Clark, the defending champion, who's won 71 in a row, against Reece-Prim of Grinnell.
Well, as I was, before we cut away there, I was talking about Brent Paulson's brother, Lance. Lance won this weight class last year for Cedar Rapids Kennedy, and his coach, Rick Blackwell.
In the green uniform, it's Brent Paulson and West Des Moines Dowling's Jason Jewett.
Jason Jewett was ranked #1 most of the year, but he'd given it up late.
Paulson's in on the leg. What can he do with it?
He's trying to cut it out across to a double and cover both the cover the hips and get both the legs there, and not able to do it with good position by Jewett here.
Yes, he has good hip position, good balance now. Jewett now has the overhook,
he gets out.
And he's out.
Okay. But, as I was saying, Jason Jewett had been ranked #1 most of the year, but he'd given it up to Cedar Rapids Chad Gallagher, and they met in the semifinals. And he beat Chad Gallagher.
Now this time, Jewett's in on the leg, but Paulson is sprawled out against it with a front Nelson.
Little quarter Nelson there, trying to turn it into a takedown, stuff in the head, but referee...
That's the end of the first period. No score.
Referee Mark Bean stopped it there and says, let's get going with that second period, boys.
Red, neutral.
Paulson picks neutral. He wants to start on his feet.
In the middle.
Paulson's 31-3. His record this year as a sophomore. Jason Jewett, 41, 4-1.
Now let's put this in perspective for the team championship. Jewett coming in on the double leg right there and getting the takedown to take the lead 2-0, is trying to help his team win. They have 3 men in the finals. Every time you win, you get to add that first place set of 4 extra points. They've already been given all the points for second place. And Dowling is tied with Cedar Rapids Jefferson at 94 points right now.
Well, at the same time, Jason Jewett was taking his man down. Eric Ehlen, with 5 seconds left in the first period, got a 2-point takedown and is leading 2-0 in the second period now over his opponent from Green.
Warning. Bring him down to the mat.
Jason Raisty.
There was a warning just given to Jason Jewett, by the way.
Look at this double right here. He moves in real tight, then improves his position, steps through, and gets the 2 points.
Jewett riding. He was warned for what the official referee, Mark Bean of Iowa City, thought was too little activity.
Now, Jewett has this arm bar right there, and he's going to try to reach through and grab those wrists and try to reinforce that right there. And he's really tough with the arm bars.
Now less than a minute to go in the second period. By the way, we apologize to you if you're in the Sioux City area and having trouble seeing.
Stay there.
We apologize for technical problems. Stick with it. We're working on correcting it.
Bottom man, red.
We'll try to tell you as best we can about what's going on as we continue.
On the 1A mat, Eric Ehlen is now out to a 4-0 lead with a minute left in the second period.
And there's no score between Brian Reese and Reece-Prim at 2A in the second period, which has just begun. Out of bounds. We have 45 seconds to go, second period. And the man in the top position here, Jason Jewett of Dowling, leads 2-0. Had a good ride. Flattens his man, goes into a cross face. Tough cross face there. He's keeping Paulson pretty well flat now.
Well, that's a position right there that he is good at, that double finish. He's really got his strength in that double finish there. And keeps control of Brent Paulson.
Now he breaks Paulson down with a head lever and goes
There he
up
gets to that arm bar again.
to the bar.
Let's get to the middle, fellas.
It's at 3A. Jason Jewett in the 112-pound class.
Stay there, top.
Of the team that is tied for the 3A championship. The 2A and 1A are already settled. New Hampton at 2A, Lisbon at 1A. Already won titles.
In the 2A, Doug, right now in the 2A mat, Brian Reece, who has won 71 matches in a row, is ahead of Lim-Prim from Grinnell 3-1. Brian Reece from Osceola Clark.
And there we go. This is Jewett leading 3-0 now. A penalty was the third point.
Green down.
And this time at the end of the second period, we go into the other position, and for the first time, we're going to see that Jewett on the bottom.
And that's Ronnie Gray, the coach of the Des Moines Dowling, his first year taking over for Bob Dara, and on the left-hand side there, and his assistant Mike Skoglund.
That's mine.
Ron Gray, first year as a head coach.
Pretty good first year.
Yeah. Coach Dara, be proud of him.
And Bob Dara, you know, went down to Simpson College, where he's done awfully well, too. So now,
Jewett in on the single leg.
with a score 4-0 after the escape for
nice inside trip. Stepped in to the inside, tripped his man Brent Paulson down to his back.
6-0.
6-0.
Going for a state title. This is such a big one for Dowling. They win 2 matches out of the 3 that they have, and Jeff Theiler is a fairly decent vet at 145 pounds.
Well, Jeff Theiler has a good opportunity to get more than just 4 points, because he's always a threat to score a lot of points. Technical falls, you know,
okay, Tom.
it could be big.
No. We've got a caution. Where are you? We got a caution, Green.
Mark Bean cautions Jewett.
We're coming clear over with a tight waist now.
On the Class 2A mat, Lim-Prim has just gone ahead of Brian Reece 5-4 with a minute and a half left in the match. That's Lim-Prim from Grinnell taking a 5-4 lead, and now it's 5-5.
And Reece has won 71 in a row.
Right, it's a big match over there. Reece is undefeated.
They're going to catch me up here again on what's going on at 1A, and I'll give you that. It's
Center.
The score there is Eric Ehlen 6 and Jason Raisty 2
with less than a minute left.
Center now. Good starts, guys.
6-0 here at 3A with Jewett trying to get his team into that championship level at the 3A race. Break that 94-94 tie with Cedar Rapids Jefferson and win himself an individual title to boot. Jewett is a senior.
And here oh man, he has an arm bar and a half Nelson driving
up and a pin right like that. With 45 seconds to go.
Jason Jewett used an arm bar and a half Nelson, drove it to the mat, drove Brent Paulson to the mat for the fall. Goes 42-4 and a state champion.
And that's 6 points.
6 points for Dowling. That's a big win for Des Moines Dowling.
That runs them up to 100 points, and they really are in the catbird seat.
Look at that arm bar. He jumped across, drove the half, drove down, and now he settles down. See, look at, he got the pin right there. That was fast.
Jason Jewett.
That's how fast things can happen, Doug.
That's at 3A. And let's go to 1A,
where Eric Ehlen just won his 3rd state championship, Doug.
A 3-time championship against Jason Raisty of Green. And we'll have a few seconds here to watch you at the 2A mat, too, I'm sure, which is about a half a minute away from the end, and we may have an upset in the making down here.
It's 5-5. Whoever scores the takedown wins here. We have Brian Reece and Lim-Prim. Brian Reece from Osceola and Lim-Prim from Grinnell here. Now, on the right, with the red band is Brian Reece from Osceola Clark. And he gets the 2 points, it looks like. Yes, it is. Big 2 points for Brian Reece.
He just drove into Lim-Prim.
With 16 seconds left in the match.
And he has a 7-5 lead. Prim is a junior. He'll be back another year. Brian Reece is a senior who's won, as we said, 71 in a row. Prim turns right. In.
He gives it up.
He's out for one. The time is ticking, though. 8, 7, 6.
Boy, this is close. That Lim-Prim really gave it an effort. It just wasn't quite enough. Brian Reece gets his 72nd win in a row. 34-0 year.
A two-time champion. He was the defending champion. Brian Reece.
Boy, we've had some exciting matches.
Referee Larry Blaker raises his arm, 7-6 over Lim-Prim. Let's go to the award stand now. We're going to see the awards. You'll see the top 6 men at each weight. First.
All right, Doug, in the Class 2A competition at 112 pounds, one of the most exciting matches I've seen in a long time, and that's where defending champion Brian Reece gained the title again. 71 consecutive matches in a row. There you see him as he defeats Lim-Prim of Grinnell, 7-6. The match was tied 5-5 with just 16 seconds left when Reece got the takedown. And now here's Dean Borg with a guest.
And this is Eric Ehlen of Belle Plaine. He's just won his 3rd state title. He defeated Ehlen-Raisty of Green 8-2 a few minutes ago. You 3 state titles. Were you here 3 years, or were you there the 4th year too but didn't make it?
I was here the 4th year and I just qualified.
That was as a freshman?
Yeah.
Now, did that teach you something?
Yeah, you learn to get used to the crowd and just recognize the place a little bit.
Is the crowd a factor in wrestling here at the state tournament?
Oh yeah, it's big, makes you nervous, and just got to get used to things.
Where are you going to school next year?
I'm undecided right now. I plan to go to college and wrestle, but I don't know where.
This is Eric Ehlen, champion at 112 from Belle Plaine, 3-time state champion. Doug?
Thank you, Dean. Go to the award stand for the winners, the top 6 at 112 pounds in 1A.
Presenting the Class 1A 112-pound awards, Coach Al Billings of Belle Plaine. 6th place, Dean Pearson, Eddyville. 5th place, Tom Harbison, Morning Sun. 4th place, Matt Albright, Lisbon. 3rd place, Chad Davitt, Lake Mills. Runner-up, Jason Raisty, Green. The 1A 112-pound champion from Belle Plaine, Eric Ehlen.
He's a 3-time champion. Not many of them over the years. Well, we've been wrestling a lot of years, so there are quite a few, but when you figure the
How many do you see a year? Not very often do you, we have 1 or 2 a year possibly, 3-time state champions. You're right, there aren't many when you consider how many kids have wrestled in this state.
Let's see the 2A top 6 here at 112 pounds.
2A 112-pound awards, Coach Rod Gall of Osceola Clark. 6th place, Dee Clark, Knoxville. 5th place, Jim Riviere, Carson, Macedonia. 4th place, Jason Gerwell, Sadell, Des Moines. 3rd place, Matt Goncharowski, Washington. Runner-up, Lim-Prim, Grinnell. And the 2A 112-pound champion from Osceola Clark, Brian Reece.
It wasn't easy, folks, but he won 7-6 in a real tussle for that championship at 2A 112. And there is the way it looks now in the 3A. That win by Jewett really made a difference for Dowling. They got 6 extra points. You see where West Waterloo is in 3rd place after that victory by Matt Dickey.
Presenting the Class 3A 112-pound awards, Coach Ron Gray of West Des Moines Dowling. 6th place, Rob Meyer, Newton. 5th place, Mark Clemens, Pleasant Valley. 4th place, Chad Gallagher, Cedar Rapids, Jefferson. 3rd place, Dan Dosey, Decorah. Runner-up, Brett Paulson, Cedar Rapids, Kennedy. And the 3A 112-pound champion from West Des Moines Dowling, Jason Jewett.
His team may wrap up the title with his help. Let's get something from Dean Borg about those thrillers we missed.
You bet, Doug. And